so good. Lord, you are good. You've been better than good. I can't praise you enough. I owe you my life. Can't praise you enough. Even if I tried, 'cause you've been so good to me. Lord, you are good. You've been so good. Lord, you are good. You've been better than good. I can't praise you enough. I owe you my life. Can't praise you enough. Even if I tried, 'cause you've been so good to me. Lord, you are good. You've been so good. Lord, you are good. You've been better than good. I can't praise you enough. I owe you my life. Can't praise you enough. Even if I tried, 'cause you've been so good to me. Lord, you are good. You've been so good. Lord, you are good. You've been better than good. I can't praise you enough. I owe you my love. Can't praise you enough. Even if I tried, 'cause you've been so good. You've been so good. You've been so good to me. So many doors you've opened, so many ways you made, so many lives you touch. You've been so good to me. So many doors you've opened, so many ways you made, so many times you healed me. You've been better than good to 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 me. Better than good to me. You've been better than good to me. You've been better than good to me. You've been so good to me. better than good to me. I saw a quote recently that really inspired me. This quote is from Amy Carmichael. Love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much. Let me say that again without the reverb. Love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much. That, my friends, is very, very, very powerful. Love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much. As I think about that, I am inspired. I am inspired. I cannot love too much. Why? Because I have been loved. You know, this is it's very important to understand how this works. It's like the song says, "You've been so good to me." So because God has been so good to me and loved me so much, I am loved. I, in turn, have to share that love with the world. Love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much. It really does speak for itself, and it comes back to what Jesus said. He says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And then it says, love your neighbor as yourself. So Amy Carmichael's quote is appropriate for today. Love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much. What is love? What is love? I looked to my inward being and I said, what is love? And, you know, love expresses itself in different ways, in touch, in gifts, in words of affirmation, in your presence. In your presence, I mean, like you being present, spending time. That's the essence of love. You know, the Bible talks about it all the time. You can't go too far in the Bible without hearing about God's love, and you can't find a better example than Jesus and how he moved in the world. He moved constantly, was moved with compassion, and made just a way. I think of my mom. When I needed to come to the United States, when I needed to make a move away from home, I was already an adult. I had been working, gone back to school, and I had an associate's degree in computer science, but I wanted to study music. And I am from the beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. There was no school of music in Trinidad at the time. So most people who studied music and taught music have either learned themselves, been taught by someone who had left the country, or they themselves went abroad to study music. And there was a school in Lancaster, Massachusetts. Some would say Lancaster, but it's like we say Lancaster. We emphasize each one, like Lancaster, Massachusetts. And I came to study. And as beautiful as it was, my mom, we're going to be talking about love. So my mom made a way for me to go. My grandmother pitched in for the tickets. And so from Friday, when I got my I-20 form filled out by the school, the immigration form, I went to the embassy on Monday morning. They stamped my student visa because my mom had to show her bank statement for, to show that she had enough money for me to go. And so she put her bank statement on the line for me. That's a mother's love. Because she could have been like, well, if you don't get all the scholarships, you don't want, or selfishly say, nah, you can't go. You too. You're not mature enough, or whatever the reason she could have. And I don't know if there were other people involved in that, but I know that my grandmother supplied money for the tickets. And my mom had to put her her savings. She was the saver, she made all of that. And so love as I have loved you. You cannot love too much. And so she put her finances behind it. So Monday morning, I went to the embassy. Monday afternoon, I got my passport back with my student visa. Tuesday morning, I was on a plane to Boston. It's just like it happened quick, y'all. It happened so fast. And I just wanted to share that story off the top because it's been 30 years. And I still remember that she gave me money in my hand to give to the school. It's like, and I did find the love of my life too. It's like, you came to Lancaster to find the love of your life. That's good, Albert. I want to stop for a minute and just say good morning. Yvette was first in there this morning. So glad you are here. And I'm not sure, you might not still be here because I started late. There was a network issue that I was trying to fix. I probably could have gone live and fixed it as I was troubleshooting the thing, but I said, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. So, plenty of grace. Good morning. Plenty of grace. If you're still here, you would mind putting either an acronym. If you don't mind saying what your name is, that's fine. I'll plenty of grace is very good. It's like singing psalms together. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon, plenty of grace, because you're in the afternoon. You're coming in from the Netherlands. And Albert, already put you on there. Good morning. That marvelous song bears repeating. Allie, you're amazing. God is so good. And we're talking about love this morning. Love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much is a quote from Amy Carmichael. And what is love? Love is God. What a loving mom. You know, the love of a mother is insurmountable. Sometimes people may not have a good representation of what love is, but we see the love that is exemplified in the people around us. And our view of God is shaped by that love. Country Hustle, good morning. Good morning, sir. Blessings to you. And Grace. Whew. Grace, like God's grace. So I don't mind saying what my name is. My name is Grace. Thank you, Grace, for that plenty. Sorry about that. Normally I pause the I do that and I hit the cough button. All right. Whew. So that's good. Now, we've gotten that out of the way. I wanted to sprinkle that in. Love as he said, love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much. Amy Carmichael. That's what my encouragement is to you today, to love as Jesus loved. We cannot love too much. Okay, so if you have a song that you would like me to play or some question, it's always AMA. If I can answer it, I will. If I cannot, I won't. So, as you're coming up with songs, there was a song sparked by Brandon Lake. Brandon Lake is the one that performed this song first. And it has really resonated with me, become one of the anthems that exemplifies what we need to emulate. Oh man. So let's see if we can get this in a space where I can effectively minister the song. Yo, I'm trying to get these words. Trying to get the words. Pull the words up. Pull the words up. All right, let's do it. Put that there. It's a little bit of gymnastics. Yep. No, putting it there is not going to work. I'm going to put it over here. Talking about grace and expressing the love of God, how it meets you there. You met me at my lowest moment. You saw me at my very worst. When I expected disappointment, love was all I heard. My sin was deep, your grace was deeper. My shame was wide, your arms were wider. My guilt was great, your love was greater still. Hey. You ran to me when I was naked. You clothed me in your righteousness. You pulled me from the depths of darkness, oh, into your light again. Oh, into your light again. My sin was deep, your grace was deeper. My shame was wide, your arms were wider. My shame was wide, your arms were wider. My guilt was great, ooh. Your love was greater still. Your love, how deep, how wide, how far, how high. The love of my Savior, the love of Christ. How deep, how wide, how far, how high. The love of sin was deep, your grace was deeper. My shame was wide, your arms were wider. My guilt was great, your love was greater still. 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 How great is your love? Your love was greater still. How deep, how wide, your love was greater still. 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 Oh, your love was greater still. Your love was greater still. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Man. Wow. So good. So good. The goodness of God. And there was an author of a quote. This Amy Carmichael. For those of you who came late, he said, "Love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much. I have been loved deeply. My wife, my children, my mother and father-in-law, my mother and my father, my brothers, family, other family, extended family, cousins, aunts, uncles, my co-workers, my friends, my enemies." Well, I don't know about the love they give, but we cannot love. There is no reason for hate in the world. Well, there's reason for hate, but okay. We'll come to the question if t-shirt in a minute. But there's no, when you think about your life, where you are, and how you got there, you can't help but, in my mind, turn around and love. Yes, we've been hurt. Yes, people have said things about you. Yes, maybe they called you names. I have been on the giving end of that. I've called people names, and I'm not thrilled about that. No, I'm not thrilled about it. But I realize that God has forgiven me, and so I would also when someone turns their back or they say something or spread rumors or just like, you know, whatever it is okay, they can talk, but I know what my God says about me. And so that gives me the reason to love them because he loved. See, love as I have loved you. When Jesus was on the cross, y'all, just think about this. He said about the guys that were nailing him to the cross, about the Pharisees that went to Pilate and said, crucify him, give us Barabbas. You know, he said, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. And you know, when Jesus speaks a word, it is. So they were forgiven, even if they did not ask. Oof. That's enough. We could talk about forgiveness for another one. But my shirt says returning to praise. Returning praise. Not returning to praise, but returning praise. This was for a reunion for the praise team at one of the churches, local churches here in Worcester, Massachusetts, and the Pleasant Street Church. We went there. It was like a 25-year reunion. People who hadn't been there for years came back, and we all had a good time. But we also understood that we were returning praise, but when we left there, we were returning to our places where we were. If we, Connecticut, New York, Maryland, you know, wherever people were, Connecticut. So we were returning with that praise. And I have returned to you with that praise, telling you that we need to love as he loved. We cannot love too much. Okay, enough talking, David. You did a lot of talking today. A lot of talking. Less talk, more singing. So Albert says, Jesus can work it out. Ooh, if you let him, he can work it out. He can work it out. I need a drummer for that one, Albert, but we'll come to it. This one, you could definitely do. God is. God is the joy and the strength of my life. He moves all pain, misery, and strife. He promised to keep me, never to leave me. He never ever come short of his word. I've got to fast and pray, stay in the narrow way. I've got to keep my life clean every day. I want to go with him when he comes back. I've come too far and I'll never turn back. God is, God is, God is, God is, God is my all and God is my all and God is my all and all. is my all in all. Have some, have some honey. But honey and lime, the tried and true. And how do you keep your voice strong, especially so early in the morning? That is a very good question, and I think for many times, I don't warm up enough. I don't warm up enough, so um, I drink water. Water is good. So this is a little more than a pint, 16.9 ounces. Spring water. I usually drink spring water, not necessarily distilled, not distilled water. Was it purified? I try to stay away from the purified water, but I drink the natural spring water. There's like trace minerals and stuff like that in it. It's good. So how do you keep your voice? Sleep helps. Sleep helps. Wow. Now I got the hiccups. Oh man. Ah, good. Absolutely. All right. That's good. Have some honey and Tisharia. Good morning, Tisharia. Frugal Mama. How do you? You said I almost got it right. You said that one time. I want to make sure. I want to. You know what? Say your name on your live today. Lemon slice in the water will help break up the mucus in your mouth when you sing. That's good. I could actually hear the mucus in my throat. I was like, got it. I was like, ah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna just call you Tish. So that way I'm like, well, I don't know if it's okay to call you Tish. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna call you Tish. Be like, they used to call me that and make fun of me when I was a kid. Don't say that, Dave. So, all right, I will wait for you to pronounce it on your live this morning. For those of you who don't know, Tish is Tashar. Wellness with Frugal Mama has a YouTube channel, and on that channel, she goes in and helps people by doing the exercisey bit. Yo, here am I talking about the exercisey bit. What do you mean, Dave? You mean that I am I have my thing over here. I could see what the comments are. So I don't have to look over this way. I could look straight ahead at the comments. Okay. Because today we are going to make sure we get in with, is it already scheduled? Wellness with Frugal Mama? Is it already scheduled? So I want to make sure I jump that in here, redirect, and search for videos. You're not live yet. but I'm going to look for the schedule. Yes, it's already scheduled. Okay, wellness with frugal. I don't see it. Anyway, we'll find it. We'll find it. Oh, there it is. Boom. Step aerobics, right? Step aerobics, that's the one. Step aerobics. Okay, we'll land over there when it's done. Step aerobics. Well, 9/11. Today is 9/11. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about today. 23 years ago. 23 years. Not yet. Life was still pre, as we call 9/11. That's a term. For those that lived through World War II, every generation has a pivotal moment of like, um, every generation has a pivotal moment. Something happening. Some people have multiple ones. So, you have Kennedy assassination, you have the Korean War, the Vietnam War, you have, um, early 20th century World War One, and then mid 20th century World War Two, the Great Depression. We had COVID. It's like the pandemic. So it's kind of like, several things. But 9/11 was a pivotal moment for a lot of Americans. And I've heard stories of people who were in New York, in Manhattan, or were supposed to be in Manhattan. And by the grace of God, they did not end up going over there. So, and in spite of all of that, we still love. We remember. We honor those who died. We support the survivors. We honor, we support, and we love as Jesus loved. He says to love your enemies, y'all. That one is tough. Love your enemies. Do good to them that despitefully use you and abuse you. That's tough. So, let's get to it. Let's get to it. We have a few minutes. I'm going to do this here. Oh, man. Lucy Warren's World, welcome. So glad you are here. So glad that you are here. Welcome in this morning. So glad you're here. I don't think I've seen you before. Maybe you have been. I'm going to put what I call the harp of harmony. Harp of harmony. Swing. So glad you were able to make it in. And so now I'm looking for a song. Looking for goodness of God. I know CC Winans is the one that comes up. Jason Ingram. mercy never fails me all my days. I've been held in your hands from the moment that I wake up until I lay my head. I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire, darkest night. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. So all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid out, I surrender now. I give you everything. Oh Lord, your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid out, I surrender now. Give you everything. Your goodness is running after me. Hey. Yeah, all my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. So my life you have been so good. It's every breath that I am made, that I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after me. Your goodness is running after me. With my life laid out, I surrender now. I give you everything. Yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Oh, your goodness is running after. It's running after me. Your goodness is running after. It's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender. Surrender now, give you everything. Your goodness is running after. It's running after me. I will sing of the goodness of God. I will sing of the goodness of God. Love as I have loved you. You cannot love too much. I will sing of the goodness of God, even though I was not in the Lancaster marching band. Even as I was not in the Lancaster marching band, Albert. There's nobody great, nobody greater, no, nobody greater than you. Oh, nobody great, nobody great, nobody greater than you. Jesus went to Calvary to save a wretch like you and me. That's love. That's love. Jesus went to Calvary to save a wretch like you and me. That's love. That's love. Oh, Jesus went to Calvary to save a wretch like you and me. That's love. That's love. They hung him high, they stretched him wide. He hung his head, for me died. That's love. That's love. But that's not how the story ends. On the third day he rose again. That's love. That's love. That's why there's nobody great. There's nobody greater, no, nobody greater than you. There's plenty of grace. Oh, nobody great, nobody greater, no, nobody greater than you. Nobody greater than you. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. I will sing of the goodness of God. Thank you, fam, for hanging with me today, hanging out with the crew. Some of you came, some of you left, and it's like all my life you have been so good, so good. Johnny Small Pepper. If kneecaps is here, I expect food. Good morning, bro. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning, Johnny. So glad you were able to just pop in, and grateful for your time, grateful for your attention, grateful for just being a willing audience to hear the quote of the day. Amy Carmichael said, "Love," he said, talking about God, "love as I have loved you. We cannot love too much." Reflect on that as you go through the day, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, fam. On Friday, we're doing all again. Good. Is it going to be a good Friday? Yes, it will be. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you. Take care. Bye now. Oh, I forgot to say, as you go, don't forget to use your hands, your voice, and your heart, powered by love, to make a difference and be the reason someone smiles today. Whichever way you say it. I love you guys.